There's a story going around in podcasts, comment sections, YouTube channels, forums, you name it. And it sounds like someone finally is telling men the truth. But that story is quietly doing more damage to your loved life than any woman ever has. Hear me. Jessica O here. Welcome to the channel. The dating market is broken? So you're a man who seems to have everything locked down, but your dating life, honestly, it's not where you want it to be. The apps feel dead. The women you're actually interested in seem either taken or completely uninterested. And at some point, you start finding content that explains why online. And these explanations make sense. The dating market is broken. The whole thing is structurally stacked against you, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying or naive. Here's the thing. Some of that actually is true. App dynamics are genuinely lopsided. Dating has gotten more complicated. I'm not going to sit here and pretend none of that is real. But hear me. Just because something is partially true doesn't mean it's the reason that your dating life looks the way it does. And the second you use a big picture explanation for a personal result, you're giving up the one thing that could actually change things for you: your agency, your ability to do something about it. That's not a small thing. That's the whole thing. What's actually happening? When something painful happens, rejection, a situation, the ship that goes nowhere, just feeling invisible, your brain moves fast. It looks for the cause, and it has a very strong preference for where it finds it. It's usually outside of you. It's not a character flaw, it's just how your brain works. Psychologists call this external attribution, right? Your brain protects your self-image by pointing the finger at the situation rather than at you. It does it automatically, and it feels like clarity. You felt that, haven't you? Moment where you find an explanation for why nothing is working, and there's almost a sense of relief, like something finally clicked. That feeling is real, but that feeling is also the trap. Because when a man decides, not always consciously, that the market is the reason he's struggling, he stops asking the question that would actually move his life forward. He stops asking, what is it about the way I show up, the way I behave once I'm actually close to someone, that keeps producing the same result with different women in different situations? That question is hard. I get it. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. Really sitting with it means looking at things like, do you get anxious and start performing the moment you actually like someone? Does your confidence disappear the second a woman doesn't respond the way you hope she would? Do you find yourself pursuing someone intensely, and then the moment things get real, the moment there's actual closeness, you go cold and start convincing yourself that she's not right for you after all? None of that gets looked at when you have a comfortable external answer. The narrative doesn't just make you passive, it makes you comfortable with being passive. And comfort is the enemy of growth every single time. Where it's happening. Give where it's happening me a second to talk about this, because there's one. It's just not in the dating market. The real recession is in self-knowledge. Most men walking around right now generally don't know why they behave the way they do once they're actually close to someone. They don't understand why they pursue hard and then go cold. They don't understand why their confidence evaporates the moment they really like someone. They don't know why their sense of self is propped up by whether a woman is interested in them and what happens to them internally when she isn't. And really, it's not an insult. It's a description of something that was never taught. You didn't create that gap, but you're the only one who can close it. Let me be specific, because I don't want to leave you with an idea. I want to leave you with something that you can actually use. Self-knowledge in dating looks like being able to honestly answer questions like these. When someone I'm interested in starts liking me back, do I feel interest drop? And do I know why? When I'm with someone I actually care about, am I being myself, or am I managing how they see me? When something goes wrong between me and someone I'm seeing, Is my first instinct to understand it or to build a case? And when I'm alone, is my baseline okay? Or is there a quiet emptiness that I've been hoping a relationship will fill? Now, these aren't comfortable questions, but they are the only questions that lead anywhere worth going. So, there are 3 things that break the pattern. 3 things that break this pattern, and I'm going to walk you through each of them. The first one is the attribution audit. Now, every time you catch yourself explaining your dating results through what the market is doing, what women are doing, what the online apps are doing, pause and ask yourself, what's the personal variable here? Not instead of looking at the big picture in addition to it, because the moment you make that a habit, you start noticing things about yourself that you've been quietly outsourcing to the environment. And that noticing is where everything will start. Number 2, identity stabilization. This is the work of building a sense of self that doesn't need a woman's interest to stay intact. And I know that sounds like advice you've heard before, so let me make it a bit more specific than it usually gets, okay? It's not about being busy or having hobbies as a performance or any of that. It is whether at your core you know who you are and what you care about, in a way that doesn't move based on whether someone texts you back or not. You see, women feel that kind of difference immediately because presence is something you feel in another person. And a man who's complete in himself feels completely different from a man who's quietly hoping that, basically, you'll be the one that makes him whole. Number 3, relational third thing, honesty. And this perhaps is the hardest one. It means looking at your pattern across relationships. Not what she did or what went wrong on her side, but what you consistently did across every person in every situation. Because your patterns travel with you. If you got anxious and clingy with her, you did that before her too. If you went cold when things got real, it probably wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last. The pattern is data, and the data is about you. So here's what I want to leave you, okay? The dating recession narrative isn't completely wrong, not saying that things have changed. But that narrative has a job beyond describing what's happening in the world. Its job, whether anyone designed it this way or not, is to give your mind somewhere to go. To hand you an answer that feels satisfying enough that you stop asking the harder, more personal questions. And men who stay there, no matter how smart they are, don't build the kind of presence that creates real attraction, period. They just get better at describing why it isn't happening to them. The real work is internal, and it's always been. Jessica is here. Hope you got value from this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!